Folks, what is going on with the Haitians? What is going on in America? Americans doing what America does. Some people are making some weird, weird statements about what was happening. So let's correct a few things. First of all, America didn't just go racist. America's been racist. Come on, guys. Here's how it is. America treats Eastern European immigrants like cousins. Hey, that's our cousins. They're from across the pond. So what, they overstayed their visa? So what? Hell, Trump married one. Come on. There's nothing wrong with that. Oh, it's good. It's got a little accent. Maybe they'll play on The Walking Dead or The Wire. You won't even know they're from across the pond and are illegal. You don't even use the term illegals for Eastern Europeans across the lake or the pond who come here without their damn paperwork. Come on, guys. So those are the ones that get treated well. The only time they get kicked out is when they join a Russian gang or something and they're in a bad Steven Seagal movie. That's it. Other than that, they get to stay as long as they want. Or unless they're like an ambassador, they kill somebody, then Murdoch would have to, him and Mel Gibson would have to, go arrest them and knock them, get rid of them. Diplomatic immunity. Shout out to Danny Glover, my brother. That's the only time we got a problem with Eastern European people crossing the river, crossing the pond, and illegally entering without going through the proper checks and balances. Those are the ones that get treated well. Then, just treated worse are the Asian folks. Whether they're Filipino or Japanese or Chinese, anybody from an Asian country. Now, don't get me started on my geography, because I'm not that good at it. I'm upfront and honest. They get treated, a little bit more skeptical, They get preyed upon by their own people that have been here, that shake them down. I've seen the movies where this has happened. But more than likely, they're able to kind of filter in and kind of go about, because Asian folks, and I know it's a lot of people in this, but you got your Chinatown, you got your Koreatown. No one's got Blacktown. Ain't no Blacktown, okay? They're not treated as good as the Europeans. They cross the, they sneak in, but they're treated okay. Okay? They're treated until a current spots one in the market speaking their own native tongue, and then we got a problem. But other than that, they're pretty good. Now, the next would be Latino folks, Hispanic folks, people from Latin America, people, playing castanets, whatever you want to say, My brown brothers and sisters, Oh, they get treated bad. They get treated bad. They get put in the cages. They get the boot. They get kicked out. They get all lumped in with MS-13 and other gangs. You might even have a president like Donald Trump run on how horrible they are. Yeah, they're not sending their best. They sent their thieves, their bank robbers, their drug dealers, their apists. And then some are probably really nice people. Yeah, Megan, there you go, Megan. Megan, you wrote me, you said, what's wrong with Donald Trump? A lot of shit's wrong with Donald Trump. Were you asleep the entire time? So there we go. So we're doing is building a hierarchy of immigrants and how they are treated. And we started from treating best to worst. Now, who gets treated the worst in this hierarchy of immigrants? Black people. People with a darker hue complexion. And of those people, Haitians. Haitians get treated horribly. Oh, they get treated horribly. They get kicked out of places they're not even at yet. Haitians have been demolished by our system. They have been thrust off, thrown off. It's been this way for decades in America. Port-au-Prince, oh my God, Port-au-Prince and just rinse. America does not welcome Haitians. They do not welcome anyone of a darker complexion. And if you noticed, that's how it's gone. From the lighter you are to the darker you are. The treatment coincides with the skin tone, generally speaking. Is there anyone denying reality here? Are we going to have a bunch of deniers of reality? They don't understand what I'm saying? You're not getting it. This is not clicking on you? You're not getting it all? So these people that are acting like this is a shocker. No, what's the shocker is somebody filmed this shit with the guys on the horses at the Texas border over there in Mexico, at the border, the southwestern border, that the film got out. Oh, you thought that those 10,000 people just showed up Tuesday or Friday. That's what you think, like 10,000 people just all of a sudden. No, they've been treating them badly. That has been going on. That's not new. This is what we do. So let's be clear about how America gets down. Like I stated, America didn't start and just become like abusive. America didn't go crazy. America went American. That's what we've been doing. It's very unfortunate to have Jen Psaki up there. You know, she's paid a lot of money to do a lot of lying and a lot of conniving and a lot of distraction. But she didn't know she'd have to come in that day and defend a white guy literally hitting a black person with a whip. Yeah, kind of hard to maneuver around that one. And then you got people like April Ryan and Joy Reid who are second. Aren't they like from their parents from like other brown countries? So it's like people are passionate right now about this. I'm just saying, it's like people, you know, usually the sycophants for anything the establishment wants to do are even kind of bucking the system a little bit because they got a little bit of skin in the game on this. And I'm sorry, I'm going to tell you the truth, Johnson. There you go. I heard April Ryan giving Jen Psaki the business in a press conference. Wouldn't let her go. Wouldn't let her just move on with the usual malarkey that she was spewing. Do you realize the press secretary she went with the standard talking points that all the white supremacists do when they hold up police violence against black people? We got a film of Border Patrol swinging a horse whip at a human being seeking help. And Jen Psaki says, well, we don't know what happened before the film started rolling. I don't really have the proper context to comment on it. Folks, if that would have been the Border Patrol swinging a whip at a dog, you wouldn't need any more context. In fact, that's one group I left out. I guess after I went from the Asians or the Latino folks from Latin America, I should have went to animals because animals get treated better than black people or dark-skinned people from other countries that come into America seeking refuge. They're not here to take your cookies. They're here because they're fleeing an oppressive situation. They're fleeing earthquakes and gang violence, desolation, starvation. You know, all the shit that's on the Statue of Liberty up there. All those things, send your tired and huddled masses. That's what they're reacting to. So what I'm having, folks, I'm having a hard time really grappling with the level of bullshit people are shoveling right now. And I'm glad that people are pushing the issue on this. I want you all to know, all my 10 Black Wolfpack, I want you to know this right now. I advocate for American descendants of chattel slavery. I stand up for a black agenda. I support black folks, black Americans, descendants of slaves in this country, but I also support other black people around the globe. And I also support all victims. I support all victims. I said I support all victims. I am a humanitarian. Problem I have in this country is that our humanitarians start biting their tongue when it comes to black people because they don't want to go down with the ship. There's stuff to lose fighting for black people. I don't have that type of worry. I'm fine with losing stuff. There ain't a new condition for me not to have. So, but I want to be very clear. I'm not going to fault Haitians, or I'm not going to fault Nigerians, or I'm not going to fault any other person from the diaspora coming to America and blame them for the way Americans treat black folks, American descendants of slaves, because they're going to do that shit anyway. They don't make the policy. The Haitians don't make the policy. And for that matter, none of us do. So I see no benefit at all. I see no way ethically that I can blame Haitians or anyone else for coming to America and wanting a life. I can't. I won't do it. Now, as for our claim against our U.S. government, as it pertains to reparations, reparative justice, money, bonds, stocks, bonds, lands, whatever form that may take, well, you're going to have to argue with France about that shit. But I got your back if you come in here, you need some help. Hey, look, I misspoke the other day. We have 1,500 Afghani refugees coming to Maryland right now. And I would like an equal number of Haitians. I mean, I'm putting my order in now. I want an equal amount of Haitians and an equal amount of Afghan refugees. Because if it wasn't for America's meddling, and really the whole entire westernized world, I mean, Haitians had to pay France just for be free. They had to pay their money. They paid restitution to France to get their country back from the colonizers. So, that's a lot of information that doesn't, that may confuse you. I would suggest you visit the Reset Race podcast on YouTube and consult other entities for a more in-depth analysis. But I just want to be very clear, man. You can support, and I want to set an example that you can support black people, American descendants of slaves in this country without shitting on Haitian refugees, without having disparaging shit to say. I'm not even going down that route. Open the door, open the gate. To the Biden administration, you look horrible here defending or trying your best to word salad this shit. These people should be fired. All the border agents slinging whips should be fired. I see no difference between this and any other police brutality type event that I've seen over the years, where I call for the same thing, an investigation and a firing. And if there are criminal charges that can be taken, we should do those too. Because when people come seeking help, that's what they deserve in the richest country, in the country that has pillaged Haiti and applied sanctions to Haiti. And we know they just lost their president too. I mean, it's in disarray. Where are you sending people back to? So they're sending these Haitians back, airplanes at a time, to a place that's wreaked with havoc. If you listen to Fox News, man, they're having a field day with this. They're saying how all the hard left is making it impossible for Joe Biden to do his job and boot all the Haitians back. No, he is booting all the Haitians back. And we don't control what he does, dum-dum. Isn't Leo Terrell one of the most horrible motherfuckers on earth? Like, he's a horrible, disgusting little troll, man, isn't he? Where did this guy come from? It's like every time I turn around, Fox News just pulls them out of their ass. Whenever they want to, Leo Terrell. Sounds like something you catch, can't get rid of, and you got to cut it off. Yeah, man, I'm lucky to be here. Man, yeah, man, we were worried about you, man. What happened? Well, I caught a little Leo Terrell, man. Leo Terrell syndrome. I had to have it cut out. Glad I caught it when I did. So, folks, I mean, there are clips of white men on horses shepherding or sheep herding black people, but you don't really need to see it to know what that looks like. Just open up a history book. It's lots of documentations and the same imagery. We are still who we are. America didn't go racist. America didn't go brutal. America went America. All right, let's go to the next story.